Hi there, hope you're doing good. So here I am with another Google Sheet workflow automation. This is the second video of the demo. In this demo, we are going to update the sheet with some controls, not some, a lot of controls. And then we'll be pulling in the data and I'll explain the way I have designed it. As you are very much familiar with the data already, so you will be getting the points quickly by self as well. So the yellow portion in my sheets are normally the input cells, whereas the red are showing the highlighted things or maybe incorrect or the unnecessary things. So as you know that we are pulling the data from an API with multiple hotels and multiple login and passwords. Though the login and password is written in here, but I have uh, matched the text and the background colors just for the security reasons. I don't want to show the login and password for this particular thing. And the IDs are mentioned, which you can always select. Then the arrival date you can always change by double clicking in it and selecting using a calendar. You will get a calendar popped up whenever you are double clicking on it. You can always use the same date as well, or maybe you can you can use multiple dates for multiple hotels or something. So these are the arrival and departure dates. Folder IDs, yep, we need a folder IDs in which we want to save the file once the data has been fetched, reformatted, and then we'll be saving the file with the name prefix will be used is this word Elecon. And so the name format will be as agreed. Month name with the leading zero, then day with the leading zero, and then 2 digit of years, and then the prefix we need to know and PMS. So this is a formula. So you just need to select the prefix for before the PMS, and whatever the text you will select in here, it will generate the name of the file automatically. Currently, I'm creating a sheet. This is March 6th because this is today's date. So if we are processing the data today, it will save the data by today's date. So this is automatically generated. So I haven't colored it yellow. So you just need to put the values in the yellow cells only. Then we can ignore this. I was just trying to match this. So this is the word you gave me, the file names, and these are the name I generated. So I hope that you don't want to control the name, the date of the date in the name of the file, and the date will always reflect the day when the data was generated. So we can always delete this part. Now, once the file has been saved in the folder, it will give you a timestamp in here so that you can always make sure that at what time the last file was updated. So the last file was updated 6/4/2024 at 700 hours, almost 708 minutes. And now this one, I have added this control before this part. I have added another control, but now I think I found that this one, this way, this is more simpler and easy to use, and it will give you better control as well. So what it's doing, it's giving you an active or inactive option. So you can select N or Y always. So maybe if I'll select Y and I want to run all the hotels and fetch the data for all the hotels and then save the file in the respective IDs, Google folder IDs with these names. But if you don't want to run this hotel, but specifically for that particular day, you can always select N and it won't generate the file for that one. So this is one way. Another way is that though you have selected the yes, but there is no data available for the login password arrival date. So it's not going to give you it's not going to process this hotel, though you have selected yes. But if there is any missing data which is critical to pull the data from the API, it's not going to pull the data. Again, whatever the data you will select in here, like 642, if you will select 642 in here, this 642 will be getting fetched into the script, and it is going to use for this particular hotel, it's going to use this ID, this login, this password, these arrival dates. All of these will get processed one by one. And if there is any missing data, those will get skipped as well. So you don't need to have the control in the script, but you have the control in the directly as a manual input, which is more easy for you or anyone to use. All right. So let me delete all of this because we don't have any data for those. We have only login password for this particular, the only one. Though if I can select all of these, it's not going to fetch the data. Then there is another control that, for example, if you add a new hotel and you press yes, okay, I want to use, like for example, assume that this is the new hotel you just added, and you press it, okay, I want to process it, yes, I want to process it, and this is the ID of this, and you can see there is no tab available for that particular date for particular hotel name. So if there is no special character in the names like slash, underscores, hashes, it's good. And if it's going to find out, okay, once it's going to process this one, it's going to find out, okay, Alicon, yeah, Alicon sheet is there. So it's going to update all the data in it in the format. And once you finalize the final format we want to update for this, like if you want to delete any columns or change any numbers or anything else, once that is finalized, I'll save that part into the file. Otherwise, we can always do the rest of the functionality with this set of data. Okay, so it's going to go into the first thing, Alicon, find the sheet. Yeah, the sheet is here. It's going to clear all the data and update the data with the fresh data which is available at that moment when the script is run. Then it's going to then obviously it's going to go to this folder and save the file with the name this one. So if I let me show you. Okay, so let's try updating the data and save the file in this folder. So this is the folder. As you can see, these are the files generated on 5th March. Sorry, this was generated on, and this is for the 4th March. I think it should show April. Yes, I think I have updated this manually in here. Yep. I think, yeah, I did a -1, and I did a -1 in here as well, which I should not. Okay, so now this is the correct dates. All right. So if I'm going to run this, I have also added this button. I'm going to run this generate today's PMS file, and it's going to look through all of these, and it's going to find, okay, there is only one available with the data, and you can see the data will get fetched in here. We have 146 values. Task not completed for this. Yeah, I just added those. I'll remove those. So it's processing all one by one, and it's finding out if there is any data available. But as you know, that we have only one control of one hotel complete data available, so it's going to not going to process any of these. And there will be a file added recently in here, which is, yeah, here it is. You can see it's 2:53 a.m. currently, my time. If I'll delete this, and I'm going to process the data again. And now you should see a new file available recently in here. A new file will get generated automatically. Let me refresh it. Here you can see 254. So the new file has been generated. If I'll open it, you will be able to see the data. The last entry is 146. And this is how we can process each one by one. Once all the required information is available, it's going to process each and every one. And here you can see it's updating the timestamp at which the file was processed as well. I can control it like it should only paste the timestamp once the file has been saved. I'll make the change. All right, so this is the update so far. Now you have the control for the hotel name. We don't need this part. It's just an input for your reference. We need this ID, login password, arrival, departure dates, a folder ID to save the file, a prefix to be used. And I think that is pretty much it. Okay, there's another thing. So this script is running every 700 hours, as you can see in here. Time driven. You can see it ran April 5th, 2024 at 7:08 a.m. Then it ran automatically time driven at 6th April 2024 again at 7:08 a.m. So now today's 7th. Yep, today's April 7th, and it's good today. Currently the time is 2:54. So after 3 hours, it's going to run again, and it's going to save the file with with same name in this folder. So I just ran it manually, so I'll delete this part. Okay, so this is, you can see it's running every 700 hours. Now the question here is that, do you want to run all the files, all the hotels at 700 hours, or you want to have a different control for each time, for each? Like, we can do it in a way, in multiple ways. Like, you can always set the time. fixed time at 700 hours for this one, 800 hours for this one, maybe 700 hours for 700, whatever the different times you want to run. This is one way. The other, like I can give you another cell in here where you can select 7, 8 or whatever the R number of that at any time of the day you want to select, and that at that time it's going to run. Or the other way is that it's the system will run every 1 hour, and it's going to check if any of the time any of it is yes, and it's going to update it, or maybe after 24 hours, whatever you like. The best way I would say is that run only one time or maybe 2 times a day if it is required. If not required, then we can run only one time, like maybe 700 hours and run everything. Whatever the data is available, just fetch the data for that hotel and paste the sheet in the respective folders. And now the remaining part is from your end, that I want to have the control for, like what data do you want to have, like what exact column you want to pull, whatever the column you want, whatever the final format you want me to save it in the Google Drive folder. I just need that part and I'll complete it. So this is so pretty much it completed from my side, and I'm looking forward for your response so that we can proceed accordingly. So have a nice day ahead. That's it from my side. Have a nice day ahead. Bye.